There we go. That one sounded way
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Come again? I'm just reading your intro.
It happens. Listen, this is this is episode 201, baby. No rules, just right. We're in a new era of fear baiting.
Well, congratulations on finishing your March Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, the first 200 episodes. The first 200 episodes were like a pilot for the rest of the show. That was a prequel. This is the true episode 1.
Anyway, what's up is that I have been trying to get into the podcasting mood by watching BBC videos of the tiniest, cutest cat that exists in the wild.
Yeah.
You know that one, right?
I'm not familiar with the one exactly, but you say the tiniest, cutest animal, and I think a dick. So we can just keep going on and think. I'll just think about a dick, no matter what you're talking about.
All right. And yeah, it's amazing. Everyone is just not listening to the narrator saying that it actually is a fierce predator. But yeah, it's the size of my hand, you know? It's at some point you just gotta let the whole fierce predator thing go. Yes, it eats rats or whatever, but it's cute.
Right. Sometimes things that are deadly are also very cute, like spiders.
Spiders, very cute, especially the ones with
this is a pro spider podcast.
Yeah, the ones with all the fur on them, tarantulas.
Ooh, yes, I love those guys. So the thing is that I think I may have discussed this before, but I love regular sized spiders. Regular sized spiders, great, love it. And when I'm playing a video game, I also love giant spiders. Fucking cool as shit. Absolutely awesome. Love it. The thing I cannot fuck with whatsoever is an average person-sized spider in a video game. Have you played Skyrim? Have you played Skyrim?
I've played Skyrim I have played Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. The reason I asked is because the first area and the first dungeon in Skyrim you have to go to is just littered with human-sized spiders, and it just gives me the major fucking willies every time. But any other size of spider, exactly what I love to see.
Building-sized spider?
Fuck yeah. Big.
Are they the height of a human, or are they the length of a human?
I think if you put a human down, I think if you laid down and superimposed the spider on top of it from leg to leg, I think they would be about the same size. That's the size of spider I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, definitely can imagine that. Also, I can imagine that getting stuck in all the geometry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just enter your mind palace and say, "Ooh, I am running into a stone. Oh, I can't move. Oh, a spider. Oh no, the game crashed." entering my mind's eye and just seeing a blue screen of death. This is surely not an ill omen of any variety.
So yeah, how's the movie for you?
Well, first of all, we have to get out of the cold open. Welcome to Fear Baiting, everyone. It's your number one fucked up guy convention podcast. I'm Sara, and I'm joined this week by brand new guest, Helga.
Hi.
Hi, Helga. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
So where I almost asked where can people find you, it's the end of the show, yeah, let's pack it up, get out of it. No, so give us a little bit of your history with horror movie. Well, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about your history with horror movies, what some of your favorites are, what your if you have a favorite subgenre. Go ahead and hit us with that. What you got?
So until I was at least 20, I was super scared of horror movies. I didn't like to watch them. at all. And like even when like barely horror adjacent things, like Full Metal Alchemist, I just freak the fuck out at any like body horror.
Uh-huh.
But I guess my wife kind of got me into horror movies, and my favorite, I guess, is the let's just say social issue horror. I mean, the kind of like Get Out shit.
Yeah, like a Get Out or a I'm trying to think of another movie that would be
Night of the
germane.
Living Dead.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
That works. Those two movies, and then whatever COVID horror movie we're going to be getting in about a year or two from Blumhouse.
Oh no, I'm not looking forward to that.
We're absolutely getting a prestige horror movie that's about the pandemic, but not actually really about the pandemic from like A24 or Blumhouse or one of those people.
I think that it will be like the pandemic for like the 5 minutes, for the first 5 minutes, and then it will be like, biting people's necks off.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, we've already got the Michael Bay pandemic movie coming, right? Like that's already in the pipeline.
I had no idea that Michael Bay was still making stuff.
Oh yeah, Michael Bay is not only still making stuff, but he's making a pandemic movie.
Jesus. I can't wait for his new mistakes.
Yeah. I really think we should just give that. I really just think we should like. I'm not normally one to want to give money to the rich, but I really think we should just like get that man a vacation to fuck off somewhere for a long time and stop making movies. I think we could just do without Michael Bay for a little while.
Yeah, I think we could do without. So, I hope that you've read the original short story by Gogol, like at least one or two biographies of Gogol by different authors, maybe a Russian Empire history, maybe like a history of the Soviet Ukraine. How you've been reading up for this.
Oh yeah, I've done all my homework. I've got I've been doing all my homework. I know everything about Russia, Ukraine, anything there is to know. I've got it in my brain.
Good rhymes.
Thank you. But yeah, so this week we watched VIY, or how do I don't actually know how to pronounce the Cyrillic characters that it would be like written with.
It's just V.
V. Right. Yeah, duh, of course. It looked to me like, the typical English knower just reads it as BNN with a tilde over it.
Yeah.
I'm the motherfucker who put Duracell on the Donald Trump star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh God, don't remind me.
The thing, like, I can't read Cyrillic, but like it's still like pains me so badly every time. I cannot believe that we're still doing the thing of like writing English words in Cyrillic.
Yeah, just like put some Cyrillic, just put the Cyrillic L and make sure that for English speakers it's N, and like maybe put some like Mandarin characters in there. Just
Ooh,
the
yeah.
Asians somewhere in Asia.
Right. We love to use Cyrillic properly in all of our political posting and movie things.
We love it.
But we watched something that does use Cyrillic properly this week.
We sure
Like
did.
I said, we watched 1960. We just got off the M. Night Shyamalan train. March Night Shyamalan has screeched to a halt. We tuck and roll off the train and we land in 1967 Russia for V. I liked this movie a whole hell of a lot. Like you had spoken highly of it, and Blair had also mentioned liking it, and so I was excited going in, but I had no idea what to expect, and whatever I was expecting, this is not that, but it was also really good. I loved this movie a lot. You want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. So from 1967 Russia, we get immediately to about like 1700 Ukraine.
Yeah, we open like it's 12 bong. There's the very opening is just like the framing device with like, this is a story that has been told for generations. Like it's just like a couple of lines, and then we just get opening credits, and then we go to it's not a monastery. What is it? It's
a seminary.
Seminary. Thank you.
It's a yeshiva for Christians.
Okay, gotcha. We go there and it's 12 bong and there's a ruckus going on in the courtyard. This is they show a picture of everyone petting a goat, and at the same time someone like says, "Oh, the rector," and I just assumed that the goat was named Rector and not that the rector was the title of the bearded guy who walked out of the building when someone said, "Oh, the rector."
Yeah, they're also feeding Bible pages to the goat.
It's so good. This scene is so funny. So we just see the goat. We see the goat, and the rector comes out and is like, "Hey everyone, it's spring break. Don't get too twisted. Don't go too crazy. Here's a couple of things that happened last time." And he's like, "These are some very bad things that happened." But every time he lists something off, all of the lads laugh. About the japes and hijinks that were gotten up to by previous members of the seminary.
Yeah, they did a little bit of Scooby-Dooing.
Yeah. They do a big prayer, and in the middle of the prayer before they leave for spring break, there's a shot of one of the guys just like milking the goat while he's saying the prayer, and it's just, I just liked that. It made me laugh.
Yeah, he's like kind of in the back row, like pupils in the back row always get up to some fucked up shenanigans because the teacher can't see them.
Right.
But like those people are like 35, all of them, the seminarians.
Right. Imagine the mischief you could get. Think about the mischief you got up to at age 15 in the back of the classroom. Imagine the kind of mischief you could do at age 35 with a goat. You could milk that thing.
And they do.
And they do. Milking a goat in the back of the classroom to own my professor. My next note here is that, like, I know I'm not even 5 minutes in, but this doesn't feel like a horror movie, and I think that was, like, that's something that I said, I just said offhand at the time, but I think it's genuinely, like, a thing I would issue as a compliment. Like, the aura around this movie for the first, like, 10 or 15 minutes, genuinely, maybe 10 or so minutes, I guess, until the witch gets involved. Like, the first 10 minutes just feels like just kind of feels like dudes rock. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, these lads are all having a laugh. They all, they're at the seminary. They're, they go to the picnic table they go to the, what is the place that they like steal all the food and the women from? I don't know where they go, but they just
I think that's the market or something. Like they go to the marketplace and immediately ransack it.
Yeah. And like some very some, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Some very, like, fun, I can't think of a better word, but, like, fun music plays. Like, I feel like some fun japery is happening based on the music that's happening.
Yeah, they, like, get a huge cloth and trap a woman in it, which is questionable.
Yeah, but they all, we get a shot of all the seminary boys filtering out of the market, and they seem to have left all the women behind. They did not take them. They were just having a laugh.
Yeah, but they did take, like, cows. Not cows, but, like, chicken. Yeah, they took some chickens.
Oh, yeah, they did ransack the market, but it's fine. They're permitted, I guess, because seminary?
I think they're not permitted, but, like, there's no police.
Right, who's gonna stop them?
Who's gonna catch them?
You said it's like 1800s Ukraine?
I think it's earlier than that, but I don't know.
Yeah, true. But, so they all steal a bunch of things. Then three of our friends, the three boys who we care about, well, I mean, the one boy that we care about and his two buddies, they get lost. And there's a really good line here where one of the guys just, like, walks up and is like, well, the devil would lose his way, too, in this darkness. And I just like that line.
I think it's, like, the direct translation would be something like, the devil would break his leg.
Oh, that's way better. Shit, that's way better. Oh,
yeah, there's some ghosts in the translation.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I'm very excited to get through the rest of this movie and for you to tell me like the way cooler translations that there should have been instead of the subtitles that I saw.
Well, I hope so.
They find a farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere, and they're like, "Hey, can we stay here?" And the person there is like, "No!" And they're like, "Please!" And she's like, "Okay, but only if I can be homophobic about it. You can't share a bed."
Yeah, they introduced themselves as Homabrut, or Brutus, I guess that would be in English.
Uh-huh.
The philosopher, Halyava, which is translated from contemporary Russian at least as free stuff.
Hell yeah.
And who is the theologian? And Gorobets, the orator, I guess. But these are very important characters. You should definitely remember all three of them.
Right. The only one
who is going to be very important to the plot.
The only one that winds up mattering is Colma, right? Colma Brutus. Colma Brutus.
Yeah.
But the other two, the thing that's interesting about the other two is that they actually do matter for the very end of the movie, but you literally don't see them. I feel like you don't see them literally at all between this scene and the end of the movie.
You literally don't. Yes.
Because what happens is the lady who owns the farmhouse is like, okay, you two, you can sleep in the house and you can sleep somewhere else in the house. Sorry, and you, Coma, I only got 2 beds. Sorry, bud, you got to fuck off and sleep in the farmhouse.
Yeah, with the cows.
With the cows, he goes and finds himself a nice little bed of hay and falls asleep. Tries to fall asleep on it. A pig bothers him and he kicks the pig. And I was immediately rooting against this character for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Didn't he lose his shoes?
Oh yeah. And then the old lady walks in and threw them at him, right?
Yeah. And losing his shoes is apparently a theme in this.
Old loose shoes Coma, they call him. They call him. You've heard of Butterfingers. Now get ready for Butterfeet.
I hate the imagery.
You remember that? You remember that video, that one of the first videos that went viral on YouTube of the lady crushing grapes and then she fell out of and then she fell. She had Butterfeet.
No, but I do remember a video from Twitter where somebody says, "I'm churning the pussy butter."
Oh, now butter pussy, that's the good shit. That's what I call really good butter chicken. Damn, this butter pussy is tight.
The lady wakes him up and walks into the what's it called? The stables?
Yeah, the stables, and she's being weird at him, and the guy thinks the granny wants to fuck him. But
yeah, she's a little too old.
Yeah. Sorry, lady. You need to be at least 10 years younger to get in this hole. But the granny, the old lady, chases him around the farm a little bit. Or not around the farm, around the stable a little bit. And then she, eventually catches him and, forces him to the ground into, a push-up position, and then, gets on his back, and then, he stands up, without using his forearms. It just looks like he, uses his... It, looks like the most extreme version of the Michael Jackson lean, and it looks so good. I love... The practical effects in this movie are incredible. I sometimes you can kind of see sometimes you can kind of see the magic trick, but even seeing it doesn't really take away from it. I love all the practical effects that happen in this movie. They're so good. Some of the stuff in this movie really made me think wait, this was 1967? You could do this shit back then?
Yeah, so the movie was partially directed by a Ukrainian director who's famous for what's it called, stop motion movies.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, so she rides him into the night using a broom.
Yeah,
as the riding crop.
She starts piggybacking him after she forces him to after she forces him to reverse Michael Jackson from the ground. And then she just waves her hand around in the air until a broom comes flying in, and then they just start floating, and then they're flying, and they're and then the whole
music
time
switches to ethereal,
right.
Beautiful sky shots.
And we get like the classic like the Superman flying thing of like the overhead shots of the land beneath, and like I love this shit. I really just cannot get enough of it. And in the middle of it,
this was pre Superman, right?
I think. Let me check when Superman was on the air. The Adventures of Superman. No, this predate. The Adventures of Superman was the 50s. Was in the 50s.
Oh no, I was talking about like the Steve Reeves movie. Oh wait, what's it called? Shit, I forgot what the name of the guy was.
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve, yeah.
This actually, I believe this does predate. This movie does. Yeah, the Superman was 78. But I was specifically thinking of the thing that came to my mind was the Adventures of Superman, the old like black and white TV show that would sometimes be on. But now that I think about it, the way that Superman would fly in that is that he would jump out a window, and then there would be like an animated Superman flying into the distance very quickly, so you could not see him.
That's great.
So I must have been thinking the original. I must have been thinking the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, only now he realizes that this like woman is a witch.
Yeah, but also he's like, he says, "Oh fuck, this is a witch." But then Coma is like, this isn't real. This is Jesus, actually. God is doing this. I'm not owned. This is not a witch." But they like crash land, not like crash land, but they like have a bit of a rough landing in the middle of the field, and Coma just starts beating the shit out of this woman, just like absolutely tenderizing her with his fists. But he stops when she turns into a young woman. She puts on the Melisandre necklace of Become Young, and she turns into a young woman, and Coma's like, "Oh shit, fuck, I can't punch a young lady." That's also, it's weird that she just turned from old to young. Bye.
Yeah, so he runs away into the night, which soon becomes morning, and comes back to the seminary. Mm-hmm. So I guess spring break is not like starting for him yet.
Yeah, maybe it's like a Rumspringa thing, and it only starts when he actually leaves. Let me see.
The rector finds him. I guess one of the rector's guys finds him in the seminary, and asks him to come talk to the headmaster.
Yeah.
And the headmaster gives him the lowdown of the situation, which is his wealthy patron's daughter died. Mm-hmm. Or at least is dying, right?
Yeah, is dying.
Because somebody beat her up on a walk.
Wonder who that could have been.
And she specifically said that they should send Homa Brute to read her last rites. And they said a wagon and some guards with that so that he would actually come.
Yeah. I love the guys that are in the wagon. They're not really consequential except for the next scene where they they're present, but the only time I feel like they really get to shine is in the next scene where they're all just getting drunk at a tavern. And
yeah.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, he's we're definitely getting implications that the rector's having a very cushy relationship with the patron, right? He's the patron will give him fancy cheeses. I don't remember, but some really fancy food, and the rector gives him books on Jesus. That's not really an equal business relationship, but I think the
cheeses for Jesus.
Yeah, the rector's definitely getting rich off of this.
Yeah, definitely.
And if Homa refuses, which he really, really tries to do, he's gonna be beaten senseless.
Okay, so forgive the pronunciation question, but the K is silent in his name, Homa.
Yeah, I don't think there is a K in the Russian version.
Huh. In the subtitles that I was getting, it was KHOMA, but I mean, I'll defer to you.
It's like the like Hebrew huh.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it's got a, it's you just put a little stank on the huh, the huh, homa.
Yeah. The accents are kind of all over the place, but mostly they're attempting to be Ukrainian.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, then we get the fun drinking scene, which has like one of my favorite shots in the movie. They're just like Homa gets way too fucking drunk, and he does a cool drinking trick where he balances a cup on his head and then bounces it into his hand and then drinks it, which was fun. And then he has a vision of the same guy who's traveling with him exiting out of 3 doors in front of him. And like this shot, like the thing is that like I could easily composite this shot in 2021. Like I know pretty much exactly how I would do this in video editing software. No fucking idea how you do this back in 1967. Absolutely no idea. Like I genuinely
Like
do not.
they didn't have green screens by that time,
Right,
so this is all
right.
just done with rear projection, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's so because it's. I'm not describing it very well, but what happens is there's this shot of Homa standing in front of these 3 doors, and one of them opens, and this guy with like, it's the guy with like the weird hair, right? Where it's like a rat tail that like goes all the way up to the middle of the top of his head, right?
It's a traditional Cossack hair, I guess.
Oh, okay. But he steps out of the first door and is like talking to Homa, and then the same guy steps out of the second door. And then Homa moves to the other side of the frame, and then the guy steps out of the third door, and it's just, yeah, it looks cool. It looks good as hell. I love this shit.
Yeah, they're like talking in the scene about like how maybe like the god guy should go to the seminary himself because he's
Yeah.
not like dumber than Homa. Right, and like Homa continually tries to run away from his duties because, of course, he's scared shitless of the witch.
Right. But they keep hitting him with the a Cossack does not run, right? Like a Cossack. What is it they keep saying about a Cossack? A Cossack is a brave man or something.
Yeah, Cossack is not afraid or something like that.
Yes, that's what it is,
That's
and that's
constantly a refrain.
that's a mantra that he repeats to himself as well later.
He tries to run away while they're sleeping in the wagon as well.
Yeah, doesn't work.
Yeah, they just like put him back instantly.
Yeah.
They have eagle vision.
Yeah, they've got Assassin's Creed Eagle Eye.
Yeah, so the next morning, they are riding from like this village into another village, and they receive news that the girl's dead.
Oh no!
Oh no, the girl's dead, and like the whole village is in grief.
Yeah,
And they even like shut up a dog that's barking too much because how dare you bark? The girl's dead. Be polite.
I love like the funeral procession scene that they do here. Like the music is like it's all of the villagers singing the funeral song, and like that feels like really obvious to say out loud, but like watching it and listening to it, it's like the diegetic sound is like genuinely haunting in a way that's kind of hard to put into words. I love it. Like it gives such like a creepy vibe. It's so cool.
Yeah. And like he tries to wiggle out of his duties again because like, the girl's dead. I'm not gonna like read her the last like salvation rites.
Right. But then the rich man is like, "Hey, you have to stand vigil over her corpse for 3 nights. Do this for me or fuck off."
Yeah, and I'll like reward you if you do this. And he's like the rich guy's like really intense. He's like telling his dead daughter that like I'm not so much bothered by you like dying in your youth as much as I don't know who killed you.
Right. And at this point I want to say that like this movie is a tight 70 minutes long, and the fact that it takes like 30 minutes to get to the actual like anything resembling horror, not anything resembling horror, but like the core horror part of this movie, I love that. Like just taking almost half of your runtime to get to the scary part rules.
Yeah, it's an unconventional horror movie for certain because it wasn't really set as a horror movie initially, right? It's a retelling of Gogol's V, right? And Gogol himself was doing it as a kind of scary folktale, like the kind that like a girl ran away and then some monster ate her, that kind of shit.
Right, the classic cautionary tale. Don't eat. I'm trying to think of the fucking like don't eat. Don't eat a seed or it'll turn into snakes in your belly. I think I'm mixing up like 3 separate like fables here, but like you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, sometime like a child disobeyed their parents and then he got beheaded.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so Gogol's like making a fake folktale, and like the movie is chock full of like real folklore and like stuffed into this fake folktale. And so like they were allowed specifically to be like as scary as they wanted to be because it's a folktale, and because of that we get like the like jaunty first half and like scary second half with some sort of moral at the end.
Yeah, they're we do love our morals in these horror movies. So yeah, Homa tries to wriggle out of his deal, but the rich guy's like, no, you got to stand vigil for 3 nights. And we get our first night with Homa in the like where exactly? What is this, like another stable? Like it kind of looks like a barn.
No, it's a church. It's just like a rundown church.
Oh, okay, that makes
we
sense.
like carry her body from the house where like people were standing Shiva.
Right, and then they brought her to the
to the church.
To the church, that's right.
And like they lock up Homa in the church and leave.
Yep. And he's like, all right.
We like have a little scene before that like Homa is like acquainting himself with villages, and they tell him a story about like a horny man. Right. So his name was Mikitka, and he's like a great hunter. Everyone loved him, but he desired the girl, and like that drove him mad. Like at one point, the girl walked into his stables and said, hey, can I put like my leg on you so that I can climb onto the horse? And he's like, ha ha ha, I would rather you climb onto me. And she climbs onto him and rides him into the night, like the scene that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And he disappears. Anyway, cut to the church.
Yes, we get the church where Homa is like, okay, just a regular night with a regular body that I definitely did kill. Oopsie, big oopsie on me. Sorry about that one, big man. Sorry, God. But and then he starts seeing things. He sees the corpse like crying and then crying blood, and then the camera cuts and no, it's not. It wasn't crying. He gets a little bit freaked out about this, and he like hurriedly lights some candles around. This is another one of my favorite things in this movie, where he has like a little thing that's like just like a candle holder. It's got like 5 candles on it, and he is lighting. He lights all of them one by one. Then as soon as he lights the last one, all 5 of them get blown out, and I love that shit.
Yeah, he like finally like gets the candles all lit in the church, and I really like the detail that like in the funeral procession, which we didn't really talk about, we kind of well, it's a funeral, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if, like, Christian funerals usually go like that in your country.
Trying to think. I've only been to, like, one funeral. I've only been to, like, 2-ish funerals. And they were both, like, army. They were both, like, former army, so I really don't have a basis for what, like, a regular funeral is. Like...
I don't know. Somewhere close to the, like... what's it called? Not Hereditary, but like the other movie by Ari Aster.
Midsummer,
yeah. Somewhere close to the Midsummer thing.
Where they
tradition with like the singing, crying.
Yeah. First, I knew you were talking. I knew you were talking about something else, but for a second, my brain said, "Oh, okay." So the I must have like missed the scene where the lady just like jumped off a cliff. I must have missed the scene where Homa bonked her with the giant hammer.
Yeah, so
God, that guy's hammer. God, that guy's hammer was huge in that movie.
That sounds a little Freudian.
Everything I say is Freudian. I just love sucking dick.
Yeah, so like in the funeral procession, we see like these like church icons in the church, and like they're all well lit, and like they're, I guess, heavenly, like normal kind of heavenly.
Sure.
And in the scene where like the candles blow out, we see the same church icons, and they are frightening in the dark.
Right. The one that really sticks out, because I mean, the one that sticks out to me because the movie focuses on it the most, is that one painting of Jesus that they keep zooming in on.
Yeah, that one. He's like having a sort of scowl.
Yeah, he's just angry. And all the candles blow out like as soon as he's lighting them, and he says something like, "Oh, I wish it were permitted to smoke in a house of God," and like catch me smoking out of all 88 pipes on the organ.
He has like a little workaround for that.
Yeah.
That he like can sniff tobacco.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For a second when I was watching that, I didn't realize what he was doing. So I was like, "Oh shit! Is this man doing a bump? This man got coke."
Yeah, 17th century coke.
Oh god, 17th century coke probably was just lethal. Like that was just. Like, probably had a higher rate of death than just putting a gun in your mouth and pulling the trigger. But man, you feel good for about an hour before it hits. But yeah, so he snorts the tobacco to clear his brain, and then the witch wakes up, and oh god, she is so good in this. Because she wakes up, and there's like, we get like a shot from like the backside of the coffin as she like floats down on the other side of it, and like again, I've said it before in this episode and I'll say it again, but like being able to see the hands pulling the strings on a practical effect does not make me love it any less. And so like, just knowing some of the tricks that they're doing, like shooting from this angle to hide whatever they're doing, like, but like it just works. It looks so good, and to keep reminding that this is like 1967 is really, really cool.
Yeah, so I guess the philosopher, as he keeps referring to himself, and like everyone else refers to him that way, but mockingly. Like he has read some folk tales, because he draws a circle around him, and he's like, I guess to like put it on the mind's eye of the listener, he's standing with like the Bible on a sort of table, right? A cloth table.
It's like a little cloth pulpit.
Yeah. And like he draws a circle around the cloth pulpit and just starts reciting various, "Save me, Jesus."
Yeah.
things.
And then one of my favorite shots in this movie happens where the witch like walks up to the circle, but she can't reach into it, and she does like the invisible wall thing, and she is like really selling. Like I feel like I can feel her pushing on the invisible wall, like the way that I see her like straining her arms. It's so good. And then we get this fucking incredible shot of like the camera rotating, like the way the camera just like keeps a steady, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Like basically what the way that the shot is set up is that Homa's in the center of the circle, and then on one side of Homa is the witch, and on the other side is the camera, and the witch just rotates around Homa trying to find an opening in the chalk, and the camera rotates also, like, and they're both just on opposite ends, and it just looks so fucking cool. Like, it genuinely made me almost nauseated for a moment, which I think is really cool when a movie does that in a way that's not like a shaky cam way of making me puke.
Yeah, this movie really likes its rotating shots.
And I like it when it does them.
Yeah, and then like as he's like shouting, basically, "Be gone," the rooster crows, and like the triumphant, I guess, witch just like becomes pale and like her face starts to shake, and she like retreats back into her coffin.
Yep. And then the other guys come in and are like, "Hey, what's up, bud?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, nothing happened. Just vibing."
Yeah, he like before the other guys come, he tries to smoke up, but realizes he just said no smoking in church. He gotta hold himself up to that.
Yeah. No ripping fat doinks in the house of God.
Yeah, he walks out of the church, like very calm and collected, like nothing ever happened, and makes a couple of jokes about like not jokes, but like wistful observations about how cool the village is and how he would like to sit by the river all day, like just catching fish and eating them. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the Animal Crossing life.
Yeah, God. Of course. Of course I pray fast.
I've got Animal Crossing.
Of course I pray fast. I've got fish to catch.
What if that was Animal Crossing, but like the night was just you trying to ward off demons?
Oh my God. Animal Crossing by day, but then the clock strikes 9 and it just turns into Bloodborne. I mean, given the fact that we never see Yharnam during the day in Bloodborne, except for in one of 3 endings, there's no way to prove that the day in Yharnam is not exactly like Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So yeah, he like tries to like hide from everyone so that nobody sees that he's shaking.
Uh-huh.
But that's not allowed, according to the guy who's guarding him.
Mm-hmm.
And like the village people make him some meal, borscht.
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 I can't hit that the rolled R, and not a rolled R, the accented R.
Yeah.
Borscht.
Honestly, I'm kind of annoyed that like Polish people imported borscht into America, because now everyone says it with a T, and there's no T in the Ukrainian borscht.
Yeah, we Americans do love to say borscht.
Yeah, and like putting some fucked up syllables in there. Just like put 1,000 consonants in the beginning.
Borscht.
Yeah, so like he's trying to eat his meal, and like a crowd forms around him asking, how it goes.
Yeah.
How it went. And the subtitles are a little bit fucked up in there. Like they asked, so like what happened? And he answers, well, some things happened. But he's not really like elaborating on what the things were.
Yeah. There were some weird vibes. I don't know. Is this when we go back into night? Is this when we go into night 2?
We don't go directly into the night. We go into a scene of people singing.
Yes, right.
There's a lot of singing in this movie.
There is. I like it.
Yeah, I honestly really enjoyed this song. It's in case you didn't get any subtitles for the song.
Yeah, I don't think my songs were subtitles.
It's like a folk Ukrainian song about, like my wife is at home waiting for me, but I am drinking and the drink starting like to make me forget. And Homer like slams his cup on the table and sings the last verse about, but actually I will never forget my love. And yeah, and like everyone's shocked at how intense he is.
It's sea shanty TikTok for it's 1700 sea shanty TikTok.
Yeah, it's a land shanty.
A lanty.
Yeah, and he says again that like I cannot fear anything, and I'm not actually owned, because a Cossack cannot fear anything.
A Cossack cannot fear anything, nor can a Cossack be owned.
Yeah, so like we go into the church, and at this point in my like notes, I started to try to find synonyms for drunk because Homa is like proper sloshed.
Yeah, he's a little bit gone off that twisted tea. Not as bad as he is on the third night, but on the second night he is he's in his cups a little bit. One of my favorite, another one of my favorite things in this movie is the he walks into the scene and he's got his big stupid Bible, his big fucking Bible. He walks over to the pulpit, he places it on the pulpit, and he opens the book, and a bird flies out, and like he walked into that scene with that bird in that book, and I just love that shit. Like,
Yeah, there's crows everywhere.
Yeah. That's certainly a good sign, right? And crows had never been a signifier of anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you were going to say?
Right. He walked into the scene with the book. Oh yeah, he draws the chalk. He like immediately just like drops to like fucking prone position, like he's crawling under some barbed wire in boot camp, and just like scrawls his little chalk outline on the floor.
Looks like shit.
Oh, it looks like shit, but I guess it's close enough. It looks like Squidward drawing a circle. It's close enough to do the trick that you don't need to get out a protractor for this one.
Well, he could maybe like use himself as a compass. You know, just like plant his feet in one place and just rotate himself.
Oh,
That
yeah,
would work.
he could do that, but he instead decides to just like throw himself on the ground like he did. He hit circle twice in a Metal Gear Solid game.
Yeah, so like he opens the Bible and starts reading, and he like sees a painting of another scary person. I think it's like Johann the what's the name of the guy who like did the sign of the cross on Jesus?
Ooh, I don't know. If you had asked me this question, there's an alternate universe where I was a big Bible study head and I knew these things. The thing is, when I was like, how old was I? I would have been like 8 or 9 at the time. I had memorized the names of all of the books in the Bible in order. I didn't know what happened in any of them because I didn't pay that close attention in Sunday school. But it was a neat trick to be able to say like Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Corinthians, Numbers, and then whatever the fuck comes after that. That's also not the right. It's Corinthians is not that early. It's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers. Oh God, my mind is failing me. I know Numbers is 5. Numbers is 5. I know that one.
Well, okay. Yeah, so John the Baptist.
John the
Baptist.
John the Baptist. There we go. But go on.
Yeah, so he like sees John the Baptist and immediately remembers that he's like supposed to be a church guy and he's protected by God, supposedly. So he's like starts praying about like, oh, God, please don't abandon me because I am weak. And here he like looks at his empty bottle that he's carrying in his pocket.
I ain't got no more liquid courage on me, God. Need your help on this one. Need the assist. But then God has decided to abandon this house because the witch stays in her casket tonight, but she instead decides to ride it like a pod racer. And again, I just love this shit. Like this woman in this casket, like just banging up against the invisible wall that is not there, that's been drawn by Homa, and it just looks so good. Like, I know I keep harping on the practical effects here, and like I don't want to sound like someone who just like thinks the practical effects are innately better, because you know I've seen some bad practical effects and I've seen some very good computer generated effects, but the practical effects in this movie are really, really good. I'm going to belabor that. I'm going to keep belaboring that point because I just love them.
Yeah, she does a little spinny in like the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
And she rides it like a skateboard.
Yeah.
While trying to ram his circle.
Yeah.
There's like a thing that she starts yelling, and at this point I want to say like that at no point when she's speaking in this movie does the voice look like it's coming from her, and That's half like intentional, I guess, because like, she's otherworldly and she's not alive. And so she's like kind of speaking from another dimension, but also she's Romanian. Like the actress is Romanian, and she's like legendary in Soviet cinema. And every time she appeared in Soviet cinema, like in classic roles, like what's it called, The Caucasian Prisoner, and other ones, like she has a quite extensive filmography. But anyway, every time she's appeared in anything, she's been dubbed because she has a very noticeable Romanian accent, and that shit kind of just doesn't feel right in a movie set in Ukraine.
Right.
Yeah, so she's like talking, but her mouth doesn't move.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, yeah, just so much of this movie is just me looking at it and saying, "Wow, that's cool."
Hamat tries to like ward her off by throwing a shoe at her.
Yeah. He tries to hit her with the old he tries to, the callback. She hit him with a boot, now he's hitting her with a boot. But he whiffs. And then the rooster crows again. But before she goes back to sleep, she points at him and casts spell of blonde twinkification on Homa. And she tries to cast spell of white your hair and lose your eyes, but it only casts spell of gray your hair. And he like walks out of the church, and then he walks out of the church and like into the square and like just demands music and is like, I want to hear music, I want to dance.
He doesn't walk out of the church because like people find him in the church,
right?
Just like hugging the pulpit, and he's like carried out of the church,
right? And that's when we get the shot of the angry Jesus painting.
Yeah, so yeah, they barely carry him out of the church, like with a silly hat on his head.
Yeah, because he doesn't want everyone to see that he's got he doesn't want everyone to see that he's gone gray.
Yeah, and he like demands music, does a little tippy tap, like how children do it when they throw a tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to a scene of the villagers definitely enjoying the show as he's like breakdancing to a flute.
Yeah.
And like someone asks if like he's all right. He says, "I am dancing, goddammit!" And like he throws off his hat, and everyone sees that his hair's white now.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! He's gray."
He's Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah. And this is like when he's like, I will explain everything. Just let me talk to the rich man. And he goes to the rich man and is like, hey man, this is mad fucked up. This girl is like dead, but she's not. And he just like tells him to he just like shushes him. Like, shut up. If you do this for one more night.
Even if she's a witch, she definitely, with no ulterior motives, wanted salvation. So you're gonna give her salvation. And he like, says, if you don't...
Yeah.
If you don't, we are going to lash you with like a super fucked up nine tails lash.
Right.
And then they kind of like fucked up the translation here too, because like in the translation I think they say like they'll let you drink vodka and then they'll lash you again, but actually that's not right.
What is it supposed to say?
It's supposed to say that they will like spritz your wounds with horilka, which is Ukrainian vodka, right? They will spritz your wounds with horilka, and they will, and then they will start lashing you again. And that's the most painful thing I've heard in this movie.
That sounds really bad.
That's
way worse than getting to drink vodka between rounds of lashing.
Yeah, sorry. The guys are, I guess, brutal.
Yeah. The guy is like, if you finish this, I will give you 1,000 gold pieces. But if you do not finish this, I will give you 1,000 lashings.
And you will never walk again.
Yeah, that too. Break your fucking ankles.
Yeah, so Homa walks out, and I guess everyone's having like a daytime sleep.
Yeah. Um, he gets fucking like absolutely schlitzed, like for the third night. Like we Sorry, I'm skipping a scene here. What am I skipping? What am I missing between this
Yeah,
and him going
you're
into the church for the
skipping
third night?
two things. First of all, he tries to run away once
Yes, he
again,
does.
and he tries to like run away from the village onto some sort of hill, and then it's revealed that he was just running in circles, and the Cossacks just easily catch him. And like they're definitely like they sound friendly, but they aren't friendly.
Right.
Like it's implied that they will beat you the fuck up if you don't comply. And he's just kind of like lightly cursing them, but goes along. And then we get to like the evening, and like the women in the village have taken pity on him and given him like a whole chicken to eat and like a bunch of horilka.
Uh-huh.
And he's not very hungry. He's like just saying that like let's get this over with. He like drinks the horilka, and the women just say, "Well, he's a dead man."
Yeah. He just gets like absolutely fucking twisted on that tea. When he walks into the church. Oh, go on.
I'm just finishing your joke. Like it's the transparent tea.
Oh yeah, that's how twisted it is. To the Joker, this is just regular. To the Joker, this is just regular tea.
Gone.
He walks. So he like stumbles into the church like visibly drunker than he's been on either of the two nights prior. And he is direct. He walks in and he puts his Bible on the pulpit. He does his little circle and he like directly makes an appeal to God and is like, "Dude, please, this is so fucked up." And like as he's in the middle of doing this, the witch rises out of her coffin yet again.
Yeah, and he says like, "God, just come on, just fucking kill her. Just throw lightning on her."
Yeah, right. He's like, this is spitting directly in your face, God. Like he's trying to snitch. He's like, God, someone's resurrecting.
Yeah, and she starts like doing counter spells on
Yeah.
him, like trying to curse him with everything imaginable, and like calling on every kind of creature.
Every single fucked up guy you can think of is there.
Every single fucked up guy. I really like all of their designs. Honestly.
Yeah. My favorite one is that the walls the hands that like come out of the walls, but like I also love like the like kind of like clay looking skeletons that are attacking him. There's like a cool like bone hydra looking thing. Like she's like, "I summon the vampires, I summon the werewolves," and I don't think we saw any vampires or werewolves among the
That's a translation thing, because what they say is like Vurdalaki Upuri, and they're kind of like, they're usually localized as werewolves and vampires, but they're kind of just fucked up guys in their own class. They just also drink blood and turn into weird things.
Okay, so kind of like a vampire spin-off.
Yeah, like a vampire, I guess. The local brand of vampire, the store brand.
Gotcha. This is the Great Value brand vampire. Vampires you feel good about.
There's a jazzy looking skeleton that saunters towards him.
Yeah. And then at the culmination of it all, as all of them are like coalescing upon Homa, she says, "And I summon Via," and this like massive like wide clay like it looks like a it looks like a clay golem almost. And it like stomps into the room, and like two skeletons have to like pry its eyes open because it's like their eyes are shut, and then they all just start dogpiling Homa and just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, so I'm going to like focus on the scene a little bit more, because like we get the like smorgasbord of visual effects in here.
Yeah,
like we get the rear projection is used amazingly because like we get the spinning shot from before, but right now it's like not just the girl who's just like
On the
one
other side of the
girl
camera,
and
it's
not
all of
very
like
much.
it's all of the clay hands that are attacking him, and all of the skeletons and everything.
Yeah, it's like all of the fucked up guys and
All of them.
some drawn in things as well, and like
It's the game. It's the game master Anthony of fucked up guys.
yeah, the church is like lit up in blue because all of the guys are blue and like shiny.
Yeah.
And like there's like the V comes into the room, and I described him as what if somebody painted a troll doll blue and like blown it up like a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like shouts, "Open my eyelids, for I can't see." And I guess his eyes are sort of magic because Homa realizes that like if he looks into his eyes, he's a goner.
Right.
They like raise his eyelids, and his eyes look like something like the eyes of a fly, but like also a little bit opalescent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Homa cannot resist like looking at whatever the fuck the monster's doing.
Right.
And just as he does, he says, where's the rooster? But I saw that the translation was kind of funny. Did you see the translation thing?
I didn't. What was it?
He just, like, in the translation, they kind of cut off all the context and it just says, a cock.
Right, yes! That's right! He just say, oh, cock, I like it.
Yeah, so, like, the whole swarm, just storms him. I
Right,
think the implication was...
the VS says, "Arise, my Sonic warriors, seal this boo-boo bear within the church."
Yeah, I think the implication was that nobody else could see him too, because like the witch herself kind of just bumped into that thing.
Right, and there's
didn't
also
really
like
look directly at Hama.
right, and on the first night, I did notice this, but I didn't mention it. She is like stumbling around with her arms stretched out in front of her, like very obvious that she cannot really see what is happening. But so
she kind of like intuits that he's in the circle, but she can't see him. And I guess if V can see him, then so can everyone else, and they can enter the circle
and and just absolutely fucking clobber this man to death.
Yeah, Homa, like in his last moments, deserves the title of philosopher because he screams like, "Come to reason, you senseless people." Why don't you debate with facts and logic?
Please stop hitting me so that we can have a debate on the free market of ideas. Please. There is nothing free market about you repeatedly punching me in my solar plexus.
Yeah, and like the witch laughs, and her laughter is kind of echoed in the mouth of V.
Yeah. But then she turns old again, and she like
the rooster crows.
The rooster crows, yeah, and she turns old again and goes back into her casket, and the way that she goes back into her the way that she like A turns old and B goes back into her casket is like in a stop motion kind of like I guess stop motion is the way to call it. Like stop motion to me intimates like a moving of things to intimate as they would move in real life, but like it's like a 1 frame per second type thing of like this is her, then her older, and then her older, and then her oldest, and like falling into the crate or into the casket, climbing into the casket, and then the casket just falls apart on her as she gets in there.
Yeah, the way I would describe it is, remember in the first Star Wars, like in the New Hope, right? Luke, when he turns on his lightsaber, the frame moves. Is that?
Yeah, I get you.
So, like, that kind of special effect was really popular in Soviet cinema. There was, like, a movie about, a sort of, like, research institute where they specifically like research magic and like wizarding and witching.
Uh-huh.
It's like great dry humor about like Soviet like I guess intelligentsia culture and the like progress of science. But yeah, in that all of the magic just happens in like, suddenly things disappear and reappear in like, and you see it like the jump cut between them. So I guess that was just kind of the style at the time, and probably the like writer of this movie like drew inspiration from his earlier work on stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the fucked up guys run away.
Yep, they all just retreat from whence they came.
Yeah, the like some of them evidently don't make it and just kind of are embedded in the walls.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, some of them have like wings, which I didn't notice in the previous shots, but like they're flying.
Yeah. And then the smoke clears, the fucked up guys leave, and Homa is just left dead on the pavement.
Yeah, and the fucked up guys who didn't leave turn into skeletons.
Yep. Just collapse into bones in the corner. Homa is dead in the middle of the circle. He threw that ass in the circle and could not keep up with the intensity required. And he's dead. The other guys open the church door and like, oh fuck, oh shit, this guy's dead. Uh-oh.
Yeah, his rector, like the guy who initially like press ganged him into doing this assignment, like he just like walks in, sees what's happened, and just like walks out.
Yeah. It was all a setup. This is he set all this up to he set this all up just to provide a cautionary tale for the next time he has to send his seminarians on spring break.
So like we got to the morals, and here I would like to have a little tangent because like we skipped over some parts of the scene where like Homa tries to wiggle out of his assignment with the rich guy. Mm-hmm. Right? So like when the rich guy asks why specifically his daughter asked for him, Homa says, well, I don't know. Maybe like the rich have their own like fucked up shit. They do this fucked up shit regularly. So how am I to know what the rich people want? And the rich guy says, well, maybe you were especially saintly. And Homer says, well, I'm not very saintly because on like such and such religious holiday, I went into the house of a baker's wife. And so evidently Homer died because he was not a virgin.
That's what you get for fucking. Never be fucking.
That's what you get fucking.
If you don't fuck, then the clay golem of V can't get you.
Yeah, so like we cut back to the guys from before. 5 points if you can remember all their names.
Oh god, shit. I got nothing. I really have nothing.
Yeah, it's Halava and Gorovets, I guess.
Would not have even I would not have gotten if I had just like done a shotgun blast of syllables just as a random guess. I don't think I would have gotten any of those correct.
Yeah, they're painting their seminary and drinking, and they reminisce about Homer, like how good of a man he was.
Yeah,
and Gorobets has a theory that like actually he was just like he perished because he was afraid. If he wasn't afraid, he would have simply spit on the witch's tail, which she definitely had, and like done a sign of the cross, and he would be okay. And he knows that because all of the traders in the marketplace are witches.
Yeah. And that's the end of the movie, right?
The other guy suggests, well, maybe Homer didn't die. Maybe he's walking towards us right now, And like maybe all of this shit was invented by the rector who just like did a few drinks too many.
He turned one of the guys turns to the camera and says, "Folks, I have been waiting for a home off for a good 10 to 15 minutes now."
But yeah, it's not him walking towards them. It's just like their supervisor.
Yeah.
And the supervisor says, "Well, are you doing some work, fellas?" And the fellas say, "Yeah, definitely." And then they continue drinking, and we get like cheerful music.
Yeah.
And
And that's the end of the movie. So on a
that's
scale
the end of the movie.
on a scale of 0 to 5 casket pod racers, how many casket pod racers are you going to give this movie?
I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, that's about... I honestly am like going up to 4.5 on this, I think. I really, really liked this movie. Like, I wasn't going into it expecting to dislike it or anything, but like, I was really just kind of blown away with the... Like, I know I keep coming back to the practical effects, but they really just look really good. There's a lot of really good, like, actual scary moments in this, and this movie is also really fucking funny at times. I really, really liked this movie. If you know, I say this about a lot of movies that we watch, but like, I really recommend you seeking this one out, especially if you're an American person who would probably not be stumbling across 1960s Russian cinema otherwise. So definitely watch this one. I like this a lot.
It's good. Yeah, it's like a lot more of a fairy tale than straight up horror, but
Right.
fairy tales can be scary.
That's true. We unfortunately don't have any questions this week, so we can just go straight into recommendations. Do you need a minute? Because I can go first if you do, but if not, if you want to go first, you can go for it.
I think my recommendation would be today. Like, I listened to Kyoto by Phoebe Bridgers, and like, that's a really famous song. But it reminded me of another song that I had back in my youth that has like very similar triumphant trumpets, but like also with a really sad song behind them, right? It's called, let me see, From Chambers Slow by Lauren O'Connell. And, well, I'm not gonna spoil a song. But yeah, it's great. The like trumpets are doing their little ditty, and she's singing about like being terrified of death.
We love trumpets. We love trumpets that are scared of death.
Yeah, what's yours?
My recommendation this week, I have been watching a shitload of Columbo with my friends lately. It's been a really nice thing to do. Like, we're just all like hop into VC at like, I don't know, 10-ish on some nights, and we're just like, hey, let's watch an episode of Columbo or two. And it's a good show. Like, Columbo is just really one of the most well-done detective shows that exist. Like, it's spoken of so highly for a reason. Peter Falk is just a fun, bumbling grandpa in it, and we love him just owning the shit out of every rich person in the world. It's very fun to me to, like, watch that show, given that, like, my entire my entire, like, experience with, like, shows about police is from like the CSI, NCIS, this era of like just all computers, all figure this out, and just like all extremely propaganda. And not to say that Columbo is not like pro-police in some ways, but it also is just like every other cop on the force is kind of a bumbling idiot compared to Columbo. Which I think is fun. Like, the cops are just largely incompetent, which I love to see.
Yeah, and like my introduction to Columbo was that episode with Spock.
Yes. A Stitch in Crime. Yes, that's a good one.
A Stitch in Crime, and like we start that episode with like not with Columbo, but like with the guy and his motivations, and then we cut to like Columbo arriving at the scene, and the first thing he does is like he borrows someone's walking stick to crack some eggs that he's just carrying with him.
Because he didn't sleep well last night.
It's great.
It's so Columbo. I think the best part about Columbo is that Columbo never shows up before the 15-minute mark, or like rarely does. I can't say never because I've not seen every episode, but like it's just such a good, enjoyable show. And it's like, the thing is, like, when you know who the murderer is and how they did it at the start, it's really fun to be able to like look at the pieces and pick at them yourself and say, oh, okay, this is what Columbo's going to do. This is what Columbo's going to pick. This is what Columbo's going to peek at. This is like the one thing of evidence that Columbo's going for. This is the contradiction. And like, it's such a, again, as someone who came up on like the NCIS CSI stuff, it's like, oh boss, we checked the database. Turns out this guy was like a murderer. And it's like information that I, as the watcher, could not have obtained in any way, shape, or form. Whereas everything in Columbo, like in the same way, in a very similar way to all the Murder, She Wrote, like, you can figure out everything yourself. I mean, you already know who the murderer is, but like, you can follow the threads yourself and know where they're going. And it's really satisfying to be an engaged watcher of, in a way that like modern procedurals are not whatsoever. And the music
welcome to Columbo Cast with Sara and Helga.
Straight up, I genuinely am thinking about doing a Columbo podcast, if not for the fact that it has already been done by people who are better at podcasting than me. I love it. The music's also great. Like, I watched an episode last night, Suitable for Framing, I think was the name of it. And there's a theremin throughout the entire episode soundtrack. It's so good. But if you want an actual ass episode of Columbo recommendation, my go-to is Any Port in a Storm. It's about Donald Pleasance playing a guy who loves wine, and he is just devouring the scenery in every scene. It's incredible. You can just watch that one for free if you go to columbofile.com. Cannot recommend it enough. We love Columbo. Helga, thank you so much for coming on this episode. Oh, go on.
Sorry, I'll check it out. And I have the same problem with like wanting to podcast about DS9 and then seeing the wall of DS9 podcasts, and every one of them is different. And I could make a legit like 30 to 50 episode podcast just reviewing various DS9 podcasts.
Just reviewing other Deep Space Nine podcasts.
Yeah.
Call that shit Deeper Space Nine. Helga, thank you so much for coming on this episode. This was a delight. I really appreciated you showing me this movie that there was absolutely no way in hell I would have come across this movie on my own, and I really appreciated you showing it to me because I fucking loved it. Where can people find you? Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Well, people can find me on Twitter at hindsight and then 2 E's. It's like fiance, but like hindsight D.
Gotcha.
And people can find me on a recent episode of the podcast, Kyle XY.
We love Kyle XY. Kyle XY is a great podcast, and so are so many of the other shows hosted on Noisepace.xyz like this, like Kyle XY, like LMNOP, which I was just a guest on, like 0 to 0, which is currently covering the Snyder Cut. The movie sounds bad from what I've heard so far. And
County Girls
Make Do. Yes, they put out their second episode. The podcast that I do, such as this is Fear Baiting. The Wonder Years, which is an Animorphs podcast that I do. Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, a Legism podcast that I do. And Special Grade Snacks, a Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast that just finished the first season. They're all good. Special Grade Snacks, only 13 episodes. That's a real limited run. If you want to just get something into your system and get out, that's a great podcast in my opinion.
Geez, Sarah, how could your mom let you have 3 podcasts?
I've got too many fucking podcasts. It's really just not good for my scheduling, frankly. Okay. Thank you for listening. If you want to support us, patreon.com/fearbaiting. $1 a month gets you early access to the episodes if we get them up early, which is not every week, and we're sorry about that. $5 a month, your name right on the podcast, and a message. $10 a month gets you all of that, and you can make us watch a movie of your choosing. You can just hold us at gunpoint and say, watch this fucking movie. I'm going to pull up the Patreon list right now, so just a moment while I do that.
While there's silence on like some sort of podcast or something, like when I was young, I would usually like have my brain playing The Girl from Ipanema, because it's like the universal awkwardness music. But right now I'm having Radiohead's No Surprises. You know, the bells from the beginning? Silence.
This is my final cast, my final fear baiting. Just kidding, it's not.
Don't say that.
Yeah, it's not the final fear baiting. Of course not. The thing is, it would be real. It would be super funny for us to do our big 200th spectacular, me to explicitly say, no, this is not the end, and then for me to end it in episode 201. Anyways, thank you very much to Ducky Aisha, Paul Morand, Kit Spindler, Michael Kaiser, and Paul Bechtel. We love you all so much. Blair normally edits these things. You can find him on Twitter at Blair Kitsch. Our intro and outro music was done by friend of the pod, Sara, who's also on the Wonder Yerks with me and Blair. You can find them on Twitter at Nudity and check out their music. People you meet outside of bars, or just go to gaygothvibes.online to purchase some of it. We love Sara. If you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA. I would also like to thank Helga while she's here for teaching me the correct way to say Zhenya, because for years I was saying it Zenya, and that's not how you pronounce that.
Yeah,
and that's how that's actually how I met you, because you just slid into my DMs one day and you're like, "Hey, you've been pronouncing this word wrong," and I was like, "Oh fuck, thanks for the heads up."
It bothered me so much, and while I'm talking to you right now, I'm going to reveal to you the second secret of pronouncing Zhenya, and it is that the Y is kind of silent. It's like Zhenya.
Zhenya. Like
yes.
that? Zhenya.
Yes, pretty much exactly.
Hell yeah.
For some reason, people who are learning Russian as a second language think that they should, like, every time there's a ya sound, like, what's it called, vowel, they just, like, put a y at the start of every at the start of every time that they say it. But it turns out sometimes it's just kind of modifies the previous consonant.
Right. Language.
Sorry, that was kind of complicated.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I've been learning kanji lately, so it's definitely all languages have strange rules, so you know it's fun to just see what the strange rules are in other languages.
Can you tell me? Can you hear the difference between a hard N and a soft N in Russian? That is n and ny.
Yeah. The second one feels like it's kind of sounds like the same way that like in Spanish, like an N with a tilde over it would be pronounced.
Oh yeah. So yeah, whenever there's like a ya or a u sound in Russian, like if it's at the end of something, it like just modifies the previous consonant to be soft.
So Zhenya.
Zhenya.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the linguistics lesson. I really appreciate that. If I'm Blair's editing this one, I think so. I'll leave it up to him if that's interesting enough to the listening audience, or if that's just something that's really interesting to me. But until next, I think that's everything. Yeah. So until next time, I'm Sara.
I'm Helga.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Especially in the church.
Oh, good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.